I work in the field of biotechnology, and I've been in this field since finishing my doctorate at MIT in 1992. And I specifically focus on the application of new technologies to drug development. Being a Christian in the sciences, to me, today feels rather lonely, largely because Christianity has receded from public life as a dominant factor, as a dominant force. And the majority of my colleagues would simply assume that any thinking normal person couldn't possibly be a Christian, certainly not one of those nutcase evangelical types. The field that I focus on involves the application of new technologies to treat unmet needs in human health. And faith influences my work in several ways. I'd say that probably the most obvious is the call to be a truth teller. We're called to tell the truth because we're called to be like God, to reflect His attributes as we learn about Him from Scripture. And it may sound simplistic, but in the sciences, oftentimes we run into mixed motives, and the voice of truth is sometimes can be a voice in the wilderness. So that to me is a very powerful call, and one that is very important for me professionally. It's not the purpose of science in our world to answer every question and to solve every problem. That's very much a Christian perspective, and I think it's a very healthy perspective to help navigate some of the thornier ethical questions that we're faced with as we encounter greater and greater power of science. When I was at MIT, there were Christian ministries on campus, less so, I think, than what's available today. But I would characterize my years at MIT as ones of stasis as far as my faith. When I look back, I don't recall a lot of opportunities to engage with the issues that faith raises as far as the work itself and work as a scientist. So I think that the Octet Collaborative provides possibility for students who are Christian or who become Christian to view their time at MIT as an important time of training in being a Christian professional. Not simply graduating with faith intact, which is important, but being prepared to live out a professional career as a Christian, and ultimately thereby being a faithful steward of the gifts that God has given.